What if I told you that Jesus didn't call God Father to sound religious or poetic, but because he discovered the most life-altering truth about human existence? A truth that, when you finally understand it, shifts your spiritual life from constant effort into peaceful receiving, from fear into inner confidence, from struggle into a natural flow of grace. This isn't theology. This isn't doctrine. This isn't church talk. This is lived mystical experience, the same consciousness Jesus lived in, and the same realization Joel Goldsmith dedicated his life to helping people awaken to. And today, you're about to hear it in a way that connects with real American life-work stress. Bills, relationships, illness, pressure, goals, dreams, and everything in between. By the end of this message, you will see why Jesus' use of the word Father may be the single most transformative spiritual insight you ever awaken to. Take a breath. Let your mind settle. Open your heart, because what you're about to hear may change everything. Jesus didn't use the word Father because it sounded spiritual. He used it because it was the most accurate description of the divine reality he lived from every day. When Jesus said Father, he meant source, origin, essence, substance. He meant the life that lives you, the wisdom that thinks through you, the breath moving your lungs, the intelligence guiding your steps, the love expressing through your heart. He wasn't pointing to a distant God in the sky. He was describing the very life within us. Jesus spoke with confidence not because he was special, but because he recognized where he came from, his source. Not arrogance. Recognition. The same recognition available to you right now. Most Americans grow up with what Joel Goldsmith called orphan consciousness. It sounds like, I'm on my own. I have to grind nonstop. I have to hustle, push, and carry everything by myself. No one's coming to help. And while independence looks admirable, it leaves people spiritually exhausted. When you believe you're separate from your source, life becomes heavy. But when you live from Father consciousness, the burden lifts. You realize you're not separate from the infinite intelligence that formed you. You are the expression of it. A wave is not separate from the ocean. You are not separate from the source. You are not a human trying to reach God. You are God's life expressing in human form. Not ego. Truth. Think about the way most Americans pray. People pray to a distant God. Please help me. Please fix this. Please send money. Please heal my body. Please change this situation. But Jesus never prayed like that. He didn't beg. He didn't plead. He didn't try to convince God to show up. He recognized that the Father was already present, already flowing, already expressing, already supplying. And when you truly understand what Jesus meant by Father, your entire approach to life transforms. You stop begging and start recognizing. You stop panicking and start receiving. You stop forcing and start flowing with the divine life already operating through you. Let's bring this into real American life. Imagine you at your kitchen table staring at bills you don't know how to pay. The orphan mind says, I'm overwhelmed. I have to solve this alone. But Father consciousness says, I am not separate from infinite supply. My source is present now. This doesn't magically drop money into your account, but it shifts your consciousness into clarity, creativity, and calm. And when your consciousness shifts, opportunities appear, solutions rise, ideas emerge. That is the Father flowing through you. Or think about work. Maybe you're dealing with deadlines, a controlling boss, long hours, or fear about being laid off. Orphan consciousness says, I can't handle this. Father consciousness says, infinite intelligence is my mind right now. Suddenly you work more clearly, calmly, powerfully. You stop reacting from fear and start responding from wisdom. That's the Father. Maybe you're dealing with complicated relationships, a spouse, a teenager, a coworker, a family member who drains your energy. Orphan consciousness tries to control, fix, and manipulate outcomes. Father consciousness says, the same source living as me lives as them. The atmosphere of conflict softens because your perception changes. You don't become passive, you become aware. Maybe it's your health. When pain or sickness shows up, the orphan mind begs, God, please heal me. But Jesus acknowledged the Father's wholeness present right there. Healing begins in consciousness and unfolds in form afterward, not denial recognition. Here are real-life American transformations. Emily, a single mom in Ohio, working 2 jobs and barely holding on, anxiety every day. She prayed constantly but felt no change. Then she learned the Father wasn't outside her, He was her very life. She began each morning saying, "My Father is my life right now." Over months, she grew calmer. Her income stabilized. Opportunities came. Not magic consciousness aligned with Source. Marcus, a business owner in Texas, begged God for customers when business slowed. Nothing shifted. When he practiced recognition, infinite intelligence is my supply, ideas came, contacts opened, and contracts arrived. His external world changed after his inner world changed. Anna, a California nurse, used Joel Goldsmith's practice of silently seeing the Father in every patient. She didn't preach. She didn't talk religion. She simply recognized divine life in each person. Patients under her care healed faster. Her consciousness became a healing atmosphere. This is how Father consciousness shows up in real Americans living real lives. Here are practices that make this real for you. First, morning recognition. For 15 minutes before touching your phone or engaging the world, sit silently and acknowledge, Father, you are my life, my mind, my breath, present now. No asking, no begging, just recognition. Second, the stress pause. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, pause, breathe, and silently say, My Father is here. Feel the burden shift from your shoulders to your source. Third, seeing others through the Father. When someone irritates, frustrates, or hurts you, silently acknowledge, divine life lives as them too. It dissolves judgment and softens energy. Fourth, live from the invisible. Don't let your bank account, diagnosis, or circumstances define your reality. They are effects. Your source is cause. As consciousness shifts, effects must follow. But you will face challenges. Doubt will come. Your mind will say, this can't be real. Keep practicing. Contradictory circumstances will appear. Your body may not heal instantly. Finances may still look tight. But consciousness works at the level of cause. Outer change follows inner change. Your rational mind will resist invisible solutions because American culture worships practical steps, but consciousness is the most practical power there is. And society will pull you back into fear-based thinking. The world runs on stress, scarcity, and competition. You must stand firm in recognition even when others don't understand. What happens when you truly understand Father? Your spiritual life stops being effort. You stop forcing outcomes. You stop begging for help. You stop panicking about the future. You begin receiving. You begin trusting. You begin flowing with the divine life already expressing through you. You realize you were never separate, never alone, never lacking. You discover the kingdom within the unshakable peace that doesn't depend on circumstances. You live your human life, work, family, responsibilities, but from a deeper center. You finally know your source. You finally know who you are. And everything changes from that recognition. If this message awakens something in you, like this video to help others discover these teachings. Subscribe for more Joel Goldsmith wisdom, and if you want to support this kind of content, tap the Super Thanks button for more. And comment below, I am one with the Source.